Well, Coach, you get a finally good weather day out there, huh?
That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice, right? You get spoiled with San Antonio weather, and this last couple of weeks it hadn't been very San Antonio-like. So today it was nice to get a great spring day in the great city of San Antonio. It was awesome.
How'd the guys look after a weekend off there?
We were pretty good. Had some good 2-minute work, and just, it's wrapping up the spring ball. And we're going to do basically a walkthrough Thursday, and then we'll have the spring game Friday. So that was pretty much it today.
What's the actual format for the spring game going to look like this year?
Just like last year, exactly.
Is there anybody that, because of the amount of guys who are injured sitting out, that you maybe are having an eye on or you think could stand out with this opportunity now?
You never know, because it's just not a game. It's a practice. So we don't have a lot of things scripted. It's scripted, but not like for the player. It's more just to call the play. Where in the game, every play is thought through, with hours of making sure the right guys will get the ball at the right time. So this is more of a let them go play and have a good time instead of because we're going against our defense, and we know everything about our defense, and they know everything about our offense, and I don't want to. It'll be very base. It'll be very vanilla Friday night.
The last couple of years, the spring game was over at Ferris Stadium. How excited are y'all to have it in the Alamo Dome again?
Really excited. We got a lot of recruits coming in. I know the recruits are a lot more excited about coming to the Alamo Dome. We're very grateful for Stan Lang with how Northside worked with us. They were more than hospitable, and they did a fantastic job. Actually, there was in my notes I wrote it was actually a perfect evening last year. Everything except I did write we didn't have enough Easter egg, and the kids were crying and the moms were grabbing me out at halftime, and I was just trying to be a really nice head coach and go out there and be a man of the people, and that was a mistake. Those kids, when they don't get their eggs, they're upset, and their mothers are more upset. So I'm glad we've already gone past Easter, and
I was going to say that's why y'all didn't have it.
we don't have to worry about that this year.
What's the rest of the schedule look like this week? They're just going to lift, I guess?
We'll lift tomorrow and watch the video, and then Thursday we'll basically run through the game plan for Friday, and then Saturday they'll be off, and Sunday they'll be off, and they'll have final exams, preparation, so their list will be optional.
Yeah.
So they pretty much got the hay in the barn right now.
Jeff, what does Willie McCoy bring to this team, and how's he performed so far this spring?
He's a really quiet young man. He just shows up and goes to work. He's extremely fast. He's got playmaking skills. He returns punts, he returns kicks. He can run reverses, fly sweep. We can get the ball to him down the field. Really like Willie. He's a pro. He comes in here, he takes his notes, and we've had no issues with Willie whatsoever as far as like getting acclimated to the culture. Really excited for Willie. I think his upside's really high.
I was going to ask about the return game that you mentioned. Do you think he has a chance to be a fixture in that come the fall?
Well, we feel really good about our guys returning, and Cephas is really good at returning punts, as is Chris Carpenter is really good at returning punts. Willie is as well. Amador is as well. So we'll see where he fits as far as returning kicks. We've got Carpenter to do that as well, but I think Willie can take a little bit of that off of Chris, we hope. But we'll see. He was recruited with that intention, but Chris Carpenter's had a fantastic spring. He's really come on. So our receiver depth, I would much rather have JT, Zakari, and Josh out there practicing, but the good thing with those guys not practicing, even Tyke's been gimped up lately, is that David and Willie have had to get so much work, and Chris Carpenter. That's been just huge, and those guys have really come on.
Coach, you mentioned Chris, he had that drop in the bowl game that a lot of people remember. Have you seen him bounce back this spring from that, or any lingering effect from that?
Yeah, we don't even talk about it. I mean, kid's made a ton of plays, so it is trust me, those 3 great ones have all dropped it too, every one of them, and it's just one play in the ball game. He's made play after play this spring, so he has a bright future. He'll be a really good football player here.
Jeff, what does Martavius French bring to the inside linebacker position? How does he stand out?
Well, his accent's thicker than mine. You can tell when he's speaking. He's Memphis all day, man. I love his country accent. A lot of talent, learning the defense. really matured, and it's been a process for Martavius, but I think we've got him over the hump right now, and it still remains to be seen, but I feel really good where he's headed right now.
In what sense was it a process? I think you mentioned some of the like team culture stuff. Was that a bit of an adjustment?
Just that kind of stuff, just maturity, just coming in and being a pro. You know, I don't fool around with that little bitty stuff. You know, it's a privilege to play here. You know, it's not a right. So silly things, you know, knee pads, silly things that nobody thinks matters, but it matters to me and our culture tremendously. You know, there's a reason the very first one's integrity. I mean, just, you know, do the right thing, not when it's convenient, like always. Just do the right thing, and he's really bought into that now. BCD was a big deal of his. You know, blame, complain, defend, and no, nobody's out to get you, Martavius. We're all here for you. We're all for you. And now he finally sees that, right? They don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. It's a saying that's been around for 100 years, but it takes some time. With different people come from different backgrounds, so their level of trust with coaches might not be what I want it to be. So we've got to earn their trust, and I think we finally earned Martavius' trust.
What was the process like of bringing him here?
Just recruited him, and he came here. That was it.
I know.
Well, I knew him. I mean, he was at Arkansas. You know, he came to Arkansas to visit, so I kind of knew him. And then he was back at junior college, and then we recruited him and got him here.
I know during his time at Tennessee, there was a situation with the suspension. How much do you have to sort of evaluate and think about something like that when you're bringing a player into the program?
Always, but that was a long time ago. He's way past all that. But yeah, you got to do your research and all that kind of stuff.
Jeff, what's your message to San Antonio, I guess, to come out to the spring game? It's a free event on a Friday night.
Yeah, I just our kids love to play in front of them, and I think it's really an exciting time because you're getting to see so many new faces right now. You know, obviously Frank will not be playing, Kavorian will not be playing, JT, Josh, Rashad, Zakari. A lot of those guys will be held out, Jamal Liggins. But you get to watch so many different people that are going to be out there, right? Our kicker's gone, Sackett. So what's Tate Sandell going to look like in the Alamo Dome? You know, just catching punts in the Alamo Dome. What's Woolley going to look like catching punts in the Alamo Dome? There's just a lot of things that with new players, you're going to get to see them. It's going to be exciting because that's the future of our place.
I want to ask you, I guess the transfer portal opens, is it next week or the week after? Just what's your thoughts on that, and I guess have there been any initial conversations, or you have any fears of guys leaving?
I don't even want to talk about it, right? Just pretend like it's not even there. Hocus pocus, dominocus. You know, we'll have exit interviews next week, so we were intentional. We had the spring game. We knew the portal was there, and for some guys, it's going to be, you know, good for them. The thing was invented for the good of the kid. Again, like I said, adults have gotten in the way, and it's not supposed to be pay for play. It's supposed to be for a kid to be able to transfer. If he's not playing at a school, he can go play at another school. And I'm sure we'll have some kids, you know, that'll take us up on that. You don't know. I just don't know yet. I just don't live that way. I just try not to live that way. I know it's a reality, but we're going to love our kids, coach the heck out of them, and hope they all stay. But I'm not naive enough to believe that's going to really happen.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Jeff.
y'all.